I know this is where I'm supposed to talk about the NFL, not air my personal grievances, but okay, I'll trade for the right to do that by first issuing an apology to my Dynasty Fantasy League. I promise I'm not trying to continually play players who are injured or not playing. I know I'm tanking, but I'm not trying to tank that hard, and I'll do better about that. Sorry, Jake. My grievance, I lost by 1 in Toto. Spoiler alert, okay? How come the Chargers had to pick this week to be randomly really good again? You want actual NFL analysis? Okay, Chiefs-Jets was rigged, right? The NFL, what with the Taylor Swift situation, saw a brand new marketing demographic fall right into their lap, got a collective boner, and said, hey, the Chiefs aren't going to lose another game until either they break up or Travis retires. No, I don't actually think that the Jets... There was bad officiating, but there wasn't, terrible officiating. I'm a Saints fan saying that. I mean, as far as conspiracies go, though, I'm like... Well, the Robert Shut Your Goddamn Mouth feature was triggered the moment I mentioned a conspiracy theory involving New York. So, apologies for that. But, before we get into results... A quick public service announcement, quick PSA. You guys, you can do whatever you want for your free bet, including one of the other types of bets. You're allowed to make another lock pick if you want, even. I see you guys constantly attempting 400-plus point parlays with your free bet. I don't know, I can't tell you what to do with it, James, but there are better ways for you to score points. And keep in mind, if you win a bet, it quadruples your point total from that week as opposed to losing it. So go for that. Why are you not going for that? I'm not again, can't tell you what to do. I'm just saying I don't want you to be losing games because you feel compelled to throw something out, I'm mostly talking to like the rookies from this year. Speaking of whom, congratulations to Kapil. He got his first one of the season this week over Riley, a very good performance, which means that there are no rookies left in Toto 2023 without a win. Only one player is left without a win. You'll see who that is in a second, but the marquee matchups lived up to the hype. As I mentioned, James beat me by 1. Gabe and Marshall was, in fact, a very high-scoring week, but it was overshadowed by Sam, going not 4 for 4. He did score over 10,000 points, first time ever, but 5 for 4 because he also picked a backup upset in case his main choice wasn't long enough. That also hit. I can't remember what it was, but I mean, keep that up, Sam, and you're definitely going to win this year. But for now, you're not even in the top half. I don't know how that's happened, but clearly Toto's concrete is beginning to set. We haven't had anybody transcend the gap from top half to bottom half in like a couple of weeks. I don't know how that's happened, but we have 2 undefeated players, one from each division. James in the Legends and Marshall in the Leaders. And as I mentioned, Sam was the highest scorer from this past week. Will H., the only one left without a win. I'm sure he'll right that ship soon enough. So Sam got control over the power-up shop this week, and he reopened it, restocked everything, and came up with I shouldn't say came up with a new bet, because the cheeser did exist last season. He merely reintroduced it. It is a portmanteau of cheese and teaser for a reason. Any spread that you want to bet on for your spread bet, or you can use it on a free bet, I suppose, too. You can move that line by 6 points in, the direction that favors you with no point penalty. So it's still worth 91, even if, that would be taking an even matchup, a matchup where the spread was 0, and giving your team +6. So it's basically a free touchdown. And that's why it's worth 5 coins apiece. As I said, Mulligan, Star Power, and Free Win are back, freely available, and completely restocked. So, no more dwindling stock for those. As for who you're playing next week, here it is. Jonathan Riley is the Legend versus Leader Challenge. That should be a good one. No real marquee matchups. Luke versus Will M. Battle of Bama students, I guess. I don't know. I'm making shit up, as you can probably tell. And then the challenge is a good one, and a very attainable one at that. Thank you, Sam. Win a lock on a team favored by fewer than 5. So just, get a little bit out there. Don't pick I don't know what the NFL's matchups this next week are, but don't pick a team that's favored by 8. Dare to win a few more points in your lock rather than in your free, everybody. Anyway, as for the fantasy leagues, I don't know where else to tell you to look except at Gabe. Holy shit, what a week. When 3 of your players in redraft would have outscored your opponent, probably outscored the league average, I think it's fair to say you had a pretty good week, Gabe. I guess Connor, Russell, and James G. I get shout-outs for also scoring pretty highly. I didn't really have anything else planned other than to marvel at what Gabe's teams plural did this week. As you'll see here with the week 4 scoring, look at how much better he is, Gabe, on the far right of that chart than everybody else, literally lapping the field. And there is a reason I drew your attention to that graph first, because if you look at the one on the left, nobody has quite hit 600 points, which is the end of the right end of the chart, but Gabe is so close that his point total got cut off, and I had to add it back in using computer technology. I don't think anyone would have noticed had I said that, though, so I don't know why I said that. Marshall, all of a sudden, looks rather boilerplate from in redraft. And obviously you also have Russell and Connor owning the Dynasty League. Caleb, where are you in Dynasty? I know you were supposed to have won now. I don't know why your redraft is higher than your Dynasty. Get on it. I'm not trying to call you out. Who I am trying to call out, however, is Jake, who, even despite my unintentionally bad tanking efforts, scored fewer points than I did this week. And if you look at the graph on the left, he seems to be tanking alongside me, only in redraft. That's a curious strategy. I'm not sure it'll pay off. Frankly, I kind of doubt that it will. But I really can't be casting aspersions. I'm down there too, right? Yeah.